Hello guys, so I'm trying to adjust my screen. Why is this thing behaving like this? So how do I do this? Guys should hold on. Having issues. Sorry about that. You guys should give me moments. Just small moments. Perfect. I think this is perfect. Sorry about that. Where's my mic? Hello guys, welcome to my live. So if you're new here or if you're just passing by, my name is Salvi and this is Life with Salvi. On this channel we'll talk about legal and money tips that protect your pockets and your peace of mind. So this channel basically talks about how to prevent you from making life threatening decisions financially and legally. So if you're here, if you're just joining us, say hi please. So today, what actually prompted me to make this video is going to be a quick one because I'm actually in the office, as you can see, and something that happened that is prompting this life. So I want to just put it out there and for people to know about this. This is basically for anybody that is staying with a minor or someone that is below 18 years, or if you know anybody that has employed someone below 18 years, if you're an employer, should I say a family that lives with someone below 18 years, it's important that you watch this video. It's very, very important. A lot of us actually know that most Nigerians prefer to have helps below 18 years for reasons best known. Some people will tell you that, I want to have a house help below 18 years so I can groom her. I don't want to go and carry the one that her eyes has opened or the one that is exposed. I want someone that is a little bit that is still very young, that I can teach and maybe groom. So that's what a lot of people do. They just want to have help that they can groom to their own, should I say, to their own standards. So something happened recently, or something just happened. That's why I decided to make this video. A lady here in Port Harcourt went to her village and picked up a help. The girl is 14 years. So when she brought this help to her house, she's going to take care of the help. And after taking care of the help, that the help is going to take, that after taking care of the help, will be going to school. So they gave her this help. I think sometime last year, the help came to stay with her. And from what the parents of the help is saying, she started maltreating the help. The help goes to school sometimes 9 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 11 a.m., depending on how the lady feels. Unfortunately, some weeks ago, the young girl fell ill. We know that we are in flu season. And after the girl fell ill, they were supposed to treat the girl of malaria. Her children actually fell ill too, so they were supposed to give the girl a course of treatment. She gave her children, and this girl is not feeling well. She was still sending this girl on errands. This girl was going out doing other things, running errands, and unfortunately, sometime last week, the sickness became severe, and that was when they took her to the hospital. After they took her to the hospital, the girl had some serious issues. It just took, I believe that it was just faith and grace that made it that for us not to lose that girl. Now the parents are here, they want to pick up and they want to sue for child labor because they have proof. So one of the neighbors has been sending pictures. The girl goes to the house of her neighbor and makes calls and calls her parents. They've sent pictures of how the girl had been maltreated. Now this is now what prompted me to make it, because it's a very big issue and a lot of people have different opinions. So we've actually settled the matter. We're on the matter already. Is it illegal to have a housemate below 18 years? Nigerian law is very, very, very clear about having househelp below 18 years. Now, the first of all, I would like us to understand who a child is. A child is, according to Nigerian acts. Should I say, people should hold on. So according to section 277 of Child Rights Act, it said that a child is a person under the ages of 18. Anybody that's under the ages of 18. So that means if your house help is below 18, is 17, is 15 or 14, that means you are living with a child. It doesn't matter if the person has a big stature or the person is big. If the person is below 18, yeah, that means you are living with a child. Now, what does the law say about staying with a child or employing a child? What does the law say about employing a child? Let's go down. Well, I'm going to talk about this issue in 4 parts. The first part says, what does Labor Act say about employing children? You cannot, section 59 of the Nigerian Labor Act says that you cannot employ a child under 12 years old for any work at all. And even if you must, so you cannot employ a child under 12 years of age for any work, under 12 years of age. I want you to understand. Now, you cannot employ a child for any work under 12 years of age. Even, and if ages 12 to 17 can only do light work. So one, you cannot employ a child between the ages of 1 to 12 to do what? Any kind of work at all. If you have to employ from 12 to 17, there are requirements that the person must meet for you to employ that child. First of all, the work must not be what? Dangerous. It must not be dangerous. Now, this one is for those people that we have had issues and situations of people that send their employing people for work, and at the end of the day, a child comes to stay with you. You won't send your children out to go on errands around 7 p.m., but you send somebody else's child out. That means if you are in this class of people, maybe a woman or a man, a child is between 12 to 17 years, and you send out a child, knowing fully well that maybe the environment is not safe. You send a child out 12 to 17 years. That means this part of the law is not going to protect you if you have issues. Secondly, it must not affect their schooling. So now, this is for those people that if you have a child staying with you from 12 to 17 years, people that are employed from 12 to 17 years, a child is supposed to go to school by 8 a.m. in the morning. You keep the child from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Sometimes 12. The child doesn't go to school till 12 p.m. in the afternoon. And when the child even goes, some of you will send out some people to go and bring them out. It is very, very long. The law will not protect you. We have to understand the fact that some of these things are wrong. Now, a lot of people are having issues around this kind of stuff. If you know that you want to employ someone that will not go to school, go and employ someone that is above 18 years. Because you cannot have a child staying with you from 12 to 17, or from, let me say, from 5 to, and you expect that person to what? Not to go to school. It's not possible. Now, second, say, for the third point, that if you must employ someone that they are doing must not harm their health. Now ask yourself, does cooking, cleaning, fetching water, even taking care of babies, does it affect their health? Ask yourself. Now, a lot of people have come around and they have said that these particular things I mentioned, for me, legal expert, the answer is what? No, especially if the child is doing it full time. So for a situation where a child is doing this in full time, it is not, the law will not protect you if you have issues. I think some years ago, we had an issue of where a Port Harcourt socialite, she had an issue. A child was staying with her. I think the child was around 16 years, if I'm correct. And the girl died in her house because of, we don't know what caused because I don't know the autopsy. I did not follow up the issue to the end. I don't know what actually caused that. But the fact was that the child was being maltreated in the period when she was staying with the woman. So we can clearly say that in this situation now, that the child that this person is doing, the person is engaging in activities that are illegal as far as we are concerned, according to the law, according to child labor law. That means this person that died, after much investigation, they found out that she was being put under strenuous conditions. She was working under strenuous conditions. She was not eating well. She was not doing a lot of things, and she was not even properly being taken care of. That one is by the way. So on that side is part 3, the Child Rights Act. What does the Child Rights Act say about employing children below 18 years? Now, let me read out something for you. The Child Rights Act, which apply in states that have adopted it, I think it's only 2 states that have not adopted the Child Rights Act. Those ones, I think it's just Kano and Zamfara that hasn't adopted the Child Rights Act. It says that it says that the Child Rights, which applies, it goes to say that it prohibits what? Child labor. So the Child Rights Act prohibits child labor. Now, some of you will say, I'm feeding the child now. I'm saying this one. Hi, Christine. Hi, how you doing? Say, I'm taking care of the child. The agreement was that I'm going to take care of it. I'll send her to school. But some of you even go as far as sending these children to go and sell on the streets when people are going to school, when other children are in school. It's not fair. It's not fair. We have to talk about all these things. A lot of people do not know that all these things that are doing what are against the law. Now it says that it goes. The second point says it protects children from exploitation. So I mean, child rights act protects children from what? Exploitation. Hi, super funds. Hi, you guys should give this live a thumbs up so you can get to other people like you. So if he says that children must not be made to work in a way that affects their education or dignity. That's the third point. So the Child Right Act said that children are not supposed to be made to work in a situation that affects their dignity. So a child is staying with you. The child doesn't feed properly. The child doesn't go to school. You subject the child to every form of abuse. For example, if the child is staying with your children and maybe the child is not that sound, she goes to school and she's not doing well, and maybe if she doesn't do well, you tell your children to laugh at her. We've had issues like that. We see issues like that every day in our line of job. So if a child is made to go under this kind of conditions, you are doing something against the law. And when the law comes for you, if you go, then I'm going to explain to you the penalties and fines that comes with going against this part of the law. So it says it means that if your maid is under 18, doesn't go to school, I'm stating if I doesn't go to school, work long hours, sleeps on the floor, eats last, or is physically punished, then legally that could be child abuse and is punishable by fines, imprisonment, or both. So this one now is for all those people that your child, your help eats last. You dish food for everybody, then your help is the last person that will eat. Please give this video a please give this live a thumbs up, please, so it will get to a lot more people like you. So as I was saying, this is for all the people that you have a house help and your house help eats last. She sleeps on the floor. It's not like there is no bed. You make her sleep on the floor. If you do all these things, and secondly, the person works long hours, a child is working. Let me tell you guys this. So something that happened some months back. I know someone that stays with her house help. She doesn't allow the house help sleep at night. So when she's sleeping, the house help stays awake. Or they brought an issue like this. The house help stays awake and she's sleeping. If she wakes up and sees the help sleeping, she's going to beat the living daylight out of this house help. I'm telling you the truth. She will beat this girl until somebody now reported her, and that reported, and the law had to step in. Now, what do you do? Part for some people ask, what if she's my relation? What if I'm staying with my relation and she's below age 18? No problem. I'm going to answer you. So many Nigerians try to defend it by saying, she's my cousin, though. I'm helping her. Oh. Her parents agreed. But the truth is that if the child is under your house, she's under your roof and performing daily work, you are her employer, whether you guys are not in the corporate setting, the fact remains that you are in her employer. You're supposed to what? Keep to the rules. You're supposed to adhere to after the work. As far as the work is full time, you have to obey the rules in all, whether or not she's related to you. That is the law. You can't say because if the child is in your house and performing daily work and you are employed in the eyes of the law, you are not a helper, my dear. You are not a helper, you are an employer. Now, let us talk about penalties and consequences. Please, who is there? I'm busy. See, so now let's talk about the penalties and consequences. What does the law? What is the punishment, or what are the consequences for having house helps below, or when you contravene these rules? One, penalty for employing a child illegally. Fines up to 500,000. So these days, court even award more than that. Looking at this, it depends on the peculiarity of a case. So in a situation where the judge or anybody that is in charge of the matter, it depends on what the person feels. But from 500,000 and above, another penalty that somebody can pay, or that you can incur in this kind of thing is what? Being labeled a child. Just imagine being labeled a child abuser. Especially maybe you are a business person or something, or maybe you are a known person in the society, and at the end of the day, people label you as a child abuser. People will not want to come close to you. People will not want to do business with you. That is the fact. Then another thing, another punishment. Just imagine if you are being exposed to social media, exposure or shame, or even worse. Some people go as far as exposing. Imagine that woman I told people about earlier when I started this live. I said that the child died in her house. So after the child passed, people started calling her all sorts of things, saying that she was wicked, that this one and that one. Imagine she lost a lot of business and stuff because of what? That particular incident. So you have to be very, very careful. It's simply not worth the risk. That is just the fact. It's simply not worth the risk of going. You put people under, people's children under that kind of stress. I don't know what to call it, whether it's wickedness or what. You have a house help, you're not treating your house help well. But the fact remains that if you want to employ a house help, now that brings us to what should you do instead? What should you do instead? How do you make sure that you don't go against what is obtaining, what is the law? First of all, employ house helps which are 18 years or older. I don't know. For me, I don't understand why people like to employ children or maybe stay with children. Yes, some people will tell you that these girls and their eyes are open, they're exposed. I don't want someone to bring someone into my house that is going to beat me up or something. But the fact is that the law doesn't allow you to employ someone that is below 18 years. And even if you employ someone that is between ages 12 to 17, there are certain amount of things that she can't do for you because the law states that there are certain jobs that she cannot. So why, or he or she cannot? So why employ someone that is below 18 years? So you can get someone that is 18 years and above. Save yourself the stress of getting into trouble by employing someone that is 18 years and above. It will save you a lot of stress. That is just the fact. Secondly, if the person is under 18 years, ensure that the person goes to what? School. So for the people that are below from 12 to 17, ensure that the person goes to school, and not just going to school, the person goes to school at the right time. You treat the person as you treat your relatives, as you treat your children. Then another angle is make sure that the work is light and flexible. When we talk about light and flexible work, you cannot call, maybe you have a child. Hi, Kayla, Korea, please give this video a thumbs up, please, so this live a thumbs up so it can get to other people. As I was saying, if the child, you cannot call a job light and flexible. You cannot call looking after a child or taking care of a child full time. You employ a child as a nanny. And when you are sleeping at night, the nanny is the child that is between 12 to 17 years is taking care of your child. It's not light and flexible. You don't call washing all the clothes in the house from morning till night, everybody's clothes, whether you are using machine or whatsoever, or doing all the chores in the house when everybody has gone to work. You don't call it light work. So how do you know if this work is light and flexible? It's light and flexible when you know that this thing is what a child can handle between the 12 to 7. If you cannot give your child that particular job to do, then don't give it to a house help. If you cannot tell your child, stay awake for me and take care of your younger one by 12 to 6 a.m., she'll be awake, baby will be crying, you will be sleeping because you want a night, then don't give it to another person. So that is the fact. Don't give it to somebody else. Because when the law comes for you, now it is a serious matter, and it's a lot of people are being jailed for issues like this. People think it's a joke, but we have issues like this that are coming up every day, things like that are happening. So it's important that you protect yourself. It's very, very important you protect yourself, especially for the women that working class women. You want a help that is going to take care of you. If you need someone to come and ease some form of stress from you if you are employing someone that is between the ages of 12 to 17, make sure that the work that the person is doing is light. Another point is they are treated with dignity and care. It is very, very important. When we talk about dignity and care, a lot of people say, but I'm treating her nice. Now I buy her clothes. I do this one. Clothes is not all there is to treating somebody with dignity and care. You have to treat the person with dignity and care. You have to treat the person with respect. Someone is walking to you, call the person, you come and call the person fool. Like the lady was saying that, the lady that came earlier today to her office said that the woman always will call her child, see how you are behaving, you're a goat, you're a very big goat, you don't have sense. You don't tell your children they don't have sense. Although some parents that speak to their children in all kinds of manner, but you don't come and tell somebody's child, you come and degrade the person and treat the person as if the person is an animal. Some people don't even treat animals that way. So you have to treat the person with what? Dignity and care. You treat the person with respect. Because the person is working for you. The person is your employee. You have to treat the person in a way that people would see and they will say that this person is being treated like a human being. Then secondly, you have a written agreement. Now, this is what a lot of people do not know. If you have a house help, to save yourself a lot of stress, you do what? You have a written agreement. Written agreement. See, we cannot overemphasize the importance of having written agreements. It is very, very important that you have written agreements. When you are, in fact, it's not just about employing a house help. It goes it in all everything that you do. I will advise you to always employ um, write agreements, because it will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of stress. Now, if you have agreement, by this you are, when you write an agreement, you are protected and doing the right thing. The law is clear, and children, the law is clear when you have what agreement. I will tell you guys a short story. So I think sometime last year there was a client that I handled his matter. He had an issue with his although not related to this, he had an issue with his tenant. It had to do with money. And when he gave the tenant the money, the tenant he told the tenant said he was going to pay at a particular time and at so a particular amount. The interest rate was this, I think they had around 20% interest rate. So do you know what happened? So he now asked the person he borrowed money to sign an agreement. The guy refused. The guy said, an agreement, no stress. So this man went and just drafted something very quickly and drafted just a short something by himself. Oh. He did not employ a lawyer. See, something just told him to draft this thing, like how many lines, and his tenant signed this thing. Few months, then they started having issues. The money was not a small money. They started having issues, and the man refused to pay. This guy brought out this paper, very one small paper, and said, but you signed this, and this is what was agreed. You were not coerced, you were not forced. You signed this thing with sound mind, thinking, and you signed it. Now, this brings us to the fact that I said, if you have a help, you employ a help, try to sign agreement. How many hours is this person going to work? What am I supposed to pay you? For how long? This will save you from a lot of troubles. It will save you from a lot of trouble. We are seeing issues every day. In as much as we are making our money, actually, people are coming to seek for legal guidance and other things. But some things can actually be avoided. A lot of things can actually be avoided by signing agreements. So now, now I want to read that. If you must bring someone into your home, do it legally, responsibly, and ethically. You protect not just yourself, but a child's future too. Do you know that when you are doing something and you have a written agreement, you will not just only protect yourself, you protect the person involved. So I advise you today, for those people that now I've come to the end of this, we have this life. I'm trying to round up. I'm advising you to, if you know anyone that has a house help below age 18, that is making the person go through a lot of stress. We have that is suffering the person. You know that it's the person is not doing the right thing. You don't have to be an enabler. You don't have to enable the person. You don't even have to. You go and do the right thing. If it's possible, if you maybe are scared of saying you are going to find out, they're going to do this one, than the one that said it, you can just be a small whistleblower. You're not betraying anybody, because you can't be suffering people's children and you expect things to be okay. The law will not support you. And if you see it, whether the law doesn't do anything to you, your conscience you will have yourself to blame, because you are not staying in a compound and somebody is maltreating a help and you are aware the help doesn't eat, she doesn't sleep well, she doesn't go to school, but her other children will go to school. If you know anybody like that, or you know someone that has employed anybody between the ages of 12 to 17, or maybe even from 6 thereabout, tell the person that the person has to be, make sure that the person is doing the right thing legally, so the person will be protected and also protect the child. We are tired of seeing cases of child labor. We are tired of handling issues of parents, workers abusing children, all in the name of that your house help, that your nanny. How will somebody open their eyes and go and employ a 12-year-old child and will go and ask, is this person your relative? The person will say, no, it's not my relative, it's my nanny. I beg. Now you guys should fear God. Please. This thing is becoming too much. It's becoming a pandemic. You move around, you see mothers hiring children as helps, and even they're not even hiring them and even treating them well. They're treating them very, very poorly. That putting them through all manner. Some of them don't eat, some of them don't dress well. Please, I don't know. This video might come off, maybe I might sound off as maybe my voice a little bit, because of the things we are seeing. It's becoming too much. People should help, and people should stop all these things. What I saw this afternoon made me very, very emotional. And I advise everybody to just adhere to, if you know anybody, please try and adhere. And you would not just be saving yourself stress, you also be helping a child. So if you're just joining us, please, my name is Salvia. This is Life with Savo. Here we'll talk about legal and money tips that protect your pocket and your peace of mind. So if you just joined us towards the end of this live, I would advise you to go and watch the live from beginning. I will see you guys some other time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and just give this video a thumbs up, and also recommend or send this video to other people to watch. Bye.